It started out like a totally normal day.
Mom!
Okay, move objection deadline to the third line after survey. Oh, honey, for where you are, you always use the verb estar. What are you doing down there? Did you finish your breakfast?
Ow.
Whew. Don't hit your brother. Honey, you have to eat something. Here. Okay, 5 minutes to carpool. Where's my coffee?
You okay, Mom?
Oh, I'm fine. Sandwich orders. What do you want?
Almond butter and jelly.
Spaghetti.
You sure you're okay?
I'm fine, sweetie.
I am so late. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Hey, honey. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure?
Oh, yeah. Here.
Acai, my favorite. See you guys later.
Where are your shoes? Put your shoes back on, please. You know, go help your sister. We're going in 3 minutes. Oh my God, what am I doing? I forgot to cut off the crust. Voila. Shoes on, potty if you need it. Honey, get your sister. Okay, get her. Nobody move. I'm getting a dustpan. Oh.
Mom! I think you're having a heart attack.
Honey, do I look like the type of person who has a heart attack? I'm just gonna sit down. I'm totally fine. Don't forget to wear the high socks with the shin guards.
Forget about the shin guards, Mom.
Come on, Mrs. Underdog is not gonna wait. Whoa. Okay. 9, 1, 1. Hi, sorry to bother you. I think I might be having a little heart attack. Nothing really, just some nausea, tightening of the jaw, dizziness, shortness of breath, muscle pain, achiness, this terrible pressure in my chest. Oh, really? They can be here in how long? 2 minutes. Can you make it 10? I thought I had gas. Turns out I was having a heart attack. Heart disease is the #1 killer of American women. So now I take care of my heart and I tell the women in my life to do the same.
Sounds great, by the way.
That's nice, sweetie, but that's not my heart. That is. Make it your mission to save your life and the lives of the women you love. Find out more from the American Heart Association at goredforwomen.org.
Hey everyone. I don't know if everyone can see me yet. Waiting for the poll to be done. But my name is Jody Pinson, and I am the co-chair for the Go Red in Northwest Arkansas. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We're getting ready for our virtual event for Go Red for June 25th. So I hope everyone has that marked on their calendar, where we're going to be celebrating in a much different way and hopefully at a much grander scale than we have even in the past. We are not going to let social distancing get us down. And it's an important time for us to all be together and be engaged in the American Heart Association because this movement is about joining each other and women supporting women and supporting families to make health a priority for us. I loved that video from Elizabeth Banks. I tell you, I was laughing and crying all at the same time. That my life has been, I have seen that type of activity. Luckily, I did not have a heart attack, but I tell you, sometimes you just feel overwhelmed with the stress. And with COVID coming in place, and stress and anxiety is impacting so many individuals and families. And this stress actually places us at a higher risk of stroke, heart attacks, diabetes, and heart disease, not to mention depression and other chronic illnesses that's going to occur in our lives. So I'm excited for all of us to get together. And you even saw by the poll that nearly, or actually it was 100%, has experienced some type of stress and anxiety over the last 100 days. So which is why we're excited to get together. So I want us to just pause for 30 minutes. That's it. And let's just understand how stress is impacting us, and let's get some helpful hints on what we can do to reduce the stress in our life, because it's going to happen. But I think it's important for us just to take a step back. And before we get into all of the great and fun stuff that we're going to learn, I want to thank our sponsors who have supported the Go Red this year. So CVS Health is our national sponsor, and we are so excited for them to be a part of the Go Red. Life is Why sponsors, which is Northwest Health and the Emerson Group. And then our Healthy for Good sponsor, which is RB, and our signature sponsors, which is 3M, Bayer, GSK, and PPI. And PPI is a company that we all know under Paris Presents, but they're rebranding themselves under PPI. So we want to thank PPI for today, and they're our sponsors for our health series. I'd like to turn it over now to Susan Kristenak, who is the CNO, or Chief Nurse Officer at our Northwest Health in Springdale, and she's going to share with us ways to reduce stress at home.
Thank you, Jody, and thank you all for joining today in this wonderful campaign for 2020. As mentioned, my name is Susan Kristenak. I am the Chief Nursing Officer at Northwest Health in Springdale. I am particularly proud to support the Go Red for Women campaign and its effort to educate and empower women to really take charge of our health. I've been enjoying becoming more engaged in this campaign and helping to raise awareness in the #1 health threat to women, heart disease. As a nurse for over 40 years and now a hospital administrator, I have seen the transgression of nursing, of women becoming involved in heart disease, not only caring for them, but experiencing the disease process themselves. So one of the contributing factors to that is stress. Certainly we're in amazing times where stress is just evolving, and it puts us at a greater risk for stroke and heart attack. So I'm joining you today to share some techniques that I've shared for many years with my nursing personnel that can be done at home to reduce this risk. So I'm going to share my screen so we can look at some opportunities to learn some skills and talk about it. So today's discussion is going to be managing stress in these changing times. Stress is a mind, body, emotional, and behavioral experience. You can see on this wonderful graphic how it affects our physical self with headaches, muscle twitching, fatigue. You see an outbreak of skin irritations. Our mind becomes muddled, we're more worrisome, we become more indecisive. From an emotional standpoint, we become irritable and depressed. There's much apprehension in our day-to-day existence. And behaviorally, this causes an increase in being accident-prone, loss of appetite, loss of sex drive. And then we do things to countermand that by maybe drinking more, eating more, smoking more to offset those feelings. So let's take a look at this from the perspective of wellness. Wellness, many times we think of our physical self, but it really is all these components: our physical self, our mental self, our emotional balance, and our social and spiritual balancing and needs. Our physical needs start with many things: exercise, nutrition, sleep, rest, and most importantly, taking care of our personal health. Doing something as simple as walking in this list of 20 benefits, we see many of them are part of a heart health approach. If you look at number 14, it It immediately goes to reducing our risk of heart attack. Number 16, walking reduces stress. 17 reduces the risk of heart disease, but it also impacts our cholesterol, both our bad cholesterol and our good cholesterol, lowers our blood pressure. It is extremely affordable, it's easy to do, it doesn't require extra equipment or financial burden, and we can do it easily every single day. Also, something that's very simple, it comes from Dr. Andrew Weil, is our breathing and being attentive to our breathing. So I'm going to just spend a minute to teach you a very simple exercise that has wonderful effect on your relaxation response. So if you take a moment to quiet yourself, if you can in a good space, lower your eyes, quiet your vision, close your eyes, put your feet on the ground. Think about your breathing, and we're going to breathe into the count of 4 through your nose, hold it for the count of 7, and exhale over the count of 8 like you're blowing out a candle. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and blow it out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is not only a wonderful exchange of your total oxygen, but it has a relaxation component throughout your whole body. And as I previously said, paying attention to our mental, emotional, our social, and our spiritual well-being involves things like just being true to ourselves. We've been tasked to do jobs and perform things that are very uniquely different in the last 3 months. So be true to yourself. You might not be the best school teacher now that you become mom and school teacher. You're not being able to see folks that you traditionally were very connected with. You sometimes have to set limits in your own capacity. Forgive yourself and others when they don't meet our own expectation and theirs. Find balance in all that you do, and create variety in that balance. Find ways to stay connected. Direct your energy into other projects or hobbies. We've been so fortunate as a hospital to get many of you making masks from the community. So look at ways that you can countermine some of the stressful experiences into things that bring you pleasure and joy. And finally, let's start to think about what you can do today. Add that focused breathing exercise each and every day, 4, 7, 8. Find time for a 15-minute walk. If it's simply around your home, around your yard, find a time to put that into your daily routine. Do something called a sacred space, your quiet zone where you can decompress and really practice what I call your relaxation response. The more often you do it, the better you get at it. And so when you really do need to relax, to fall asleep, to just get comfortable, you'll be ready for it. You can add things like aromatherapy, one of my favorites. Simply smelling lavender, which we know has a much relaxation response effect. Use meditation or yoga, layer those on. Another favorite oil is orange oil that really helps rejuvenate us and bring back some energy and a sense of well-being. And finally, stay connected with those creative ways to see and to talk with family and friends. We found many ways to do that over the last several months. That social balance is all important as well. So from a heart health standpoint, remember, think about your breath work, think about your exercise, be attentive to your stress, and manage it in ways that are healthy and that doesn't create further risk for you. So thank you very much for having me today. I've so enjoyed talking with all of you, and begin your wellness plan today. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Susan. What great learnings and great reminders for all of us as we think about how do we handle things in our life that's going to cause stress or anxiety. And I tell you, breathing, walking, being true to yourself, and staying connected. And staying connected is actually part of what we're doing here today. So next, I'm going to turn it over to Alex Snyder. He is the VP of Innovation at PPI, aka Pears Presents. And he's going to share more about face masks, not the COVID face mask, but the face mask that's actually going to help us take time, what Susan talked about, and just spend a little time taking care of yourself and breathing. So Alex, can I turn it over to you now?
Thank you, Jody. Hi, everyone. I'm Alex Snyder. I'm the VP of Innovation at PPI Beauty, including Freeman, which is America's #1 face mask. On the topic of stress, a great way to help reduce stress is really through self-care. And a way to include self-care in your routine is through facial masking. You should really consider adding a facial mask to your routine to help deliver a variety of different skincare benefits, including some of the top benefits like detoxifying, deep cleansing, pore care, and even hydration. And everyone's skin's really different, so stress is just one of the unique reasons why people need a facial mask in their routine. But other things include the changes in weather, hormones, diet, especially since many of us have been home for several months. And of course, problem and solution. When you have a specific problem, there's a great face mask out there usually to treat that particular issue. So today I'm just going to take you through a few of the top different forms of facial masks, and hopefully you can learn a little bit more so you can add one to your routine. So first are clay masks. Clay masks, this is an example of a clay mask that features charcoal. Clay masks are really great for oily, breakout prone skin. They really help to absorb all of the dirt and toxins that sit on the surface of skin. You typically wear a clay mask for around 7 to 10 minutes. You let it dry and then rinse it off, and it helps to really remove all of that excess dirt that maybe everyday cleansing doesn't get to, and helps to reveal really beautiful skin. So highly recommend a clay mask in your routine, certainly if you have oily or breakout prone skin. Another great form is a peel-off mask. So peel-off masks are ideal really for people who have dull or dry skin. So a peel-off is typically in a gel form. You allow it to dry on the skin first, and after about 10 to 15 minutes with a peel-off mask, you start from the outer edges and start to remove the mask, and it should peel off in one layer. Peel-offs are great because they remove all of the excess dirt and dead skin cells on the surface layers of skin, so you get that immediate brightening effect on skin that everyone's looking for. So it's really a way to brighten and get rid of any kind of dullness or lackluster skin. And then lastly, another great form, if you have dry skin, is what we call a gel cream mask. So gel cream masks, they're really light but very nourishing. These are typically masks that you can wear either for 10 minutes or even overnight. So this is a great option if you want to put on a gel cream mask before you go to bed at night. It'll just absorb into the skin, and all those great nutrients will start to hydrate skin and moisturize skin, so that in the morning when you wake up to a really beautiful glow. So those are just a couple of the top forms of facial masks that you can add to your routine, but certainly stress is such a big one for us right now. And I think self-care and taking care of yourself and just taking a moment, maybe grabbing a glass of wine and doing a facial mask is just a great way to relax and let go of any stress that you have.